This episode was sponsored by Slate Black Industries. For grips and accessories, visit slateblackindustries.com.
The wonders of sniping technology. It's truly amazing how far we've progressed sniping from this era, and this most definitely is the pinnacle of sniping technology. Nothing past this does much better. Nothing at all. So this rifle has been on the show before, but we have currently gotten the true Zeiss Ziel 4 optic with a long sight rail, this is a late war sniper. So that would be fitting, much more fitting than what we used to have on there. So, shall we?
Let's do it, dude. On at 150.
150. Stand by.
Impact. Impact. 200.
200.
200.
Jawohl. Ja, wollen wir in Sensiasa.
Center. Yep. Nice. $250.
250.
Impact center. Nice, good hits.
All right, dropping out to 3 now on the sights.
Yeah. All right, 300.
300.
Impact, just left of center. Impact.
How was the windage on that one?
That was good. 350.
All right, 350.
Impact, good hit, re-engage. Impact. Second hit came in just low.
Just low?
The second one did. First one was solid center.
All right, windage was still good though?
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, 400.
All right, I'm bumping the sights up to 400, sir. Hold right edge.
Confirm, right edge. Off the left edge, press right half target.
Press right half target, roger.
Impact, right edge. Ease the windage back.
Okay.
Impact, good hit, upper chest.
Okay. Elevation was good?
Yes, those are basically all chest level.
All right.
Upper chest. Okay, 450.
450. Should I, I'll just go a little higher on this head level.
Okay, got it. Impact just left of center. Good hit. Impact, same spot.
Nice. Bumping up to 5.
500. Solid hit, upper chest, good windage. Impact.
Solid. So that's clear for the service rifle, but since we had, what, how many misses?
One?
One so far. And this is a graduated sight going all the way out, Josh. What do you say?
So further?
More.
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 All right. 575.
575.
Impact.
Whew.
Nice.
Clean.
All right. Turkey.
Next one. The American bird.
No turkey.
Let me know when you're ready.
Stand by.
All right.
Impact. Very nice.
Ah. You know, Private Jackson was talking about 400 and a shade under being a talented sniper from the tower. But 800, sir.
All right, I'm there at 8.
Oh.
Flash short, come up half target, press right quarter target. Splash short again. I think this is actually 830, Henry.
I see.
Go top line of the plate, hold. Impact.
Nice. All right. More?
Let's keep going. All right, 900.
900, sir. That I was holding about 2.5 targets to the right for the last one.
Impact was right half.
All right, so about 2 targets to the right then.
No, I'd mean 2.5 or an extra 100 meters out. 100
All right.
yards out.
Ready?
Stand by. Just over the top, drop half the target on the elevation.
Base hold then?
Base hold.
Oh,
That came in short, splashed up. Impact. Top line. Top line.
Josh, I still have ample ammunition.
Are we gonna just go to a K?
Let's go to 1,000, man.
All right.
If I were an American GI stumbling upon this type of technology, quite nice. So the windage for the last one was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that.
Okay.
Left target.
Left target. I'm ready. Impact. Nice, dude.
And
Very good.
there we have it.
The Deutschest.
The Deutsche Sniper.
The bestest.
The Deutsche Scharfschützengewehr, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, if I were to say that, dressed like this back in World War II, I would very likely be arrested by the MPs and shot on the spot by just sheer suspicion that I am a spy. But very vast amount of confusion on where is this spy exactly from. All right, so we are joined with company, a few SPR bros on the side, and I certainly am dressed from the same era as everybody else is. But 98k sniper, bringing it back onto the course. I felt like the first time we did it, it wasn't ideal. A couple things that bothered me. I was using a short side rail, and I wasn't using a proper Zeiss Ziel 4, which would have been closer to sort of like the standard optic you would run into back in the day. And so I got all of those things rectified, and the cleaning rod is in this time. I have been able to procure a period correct attire. So Josh, this time 0 to 1,000, I felt like with a better glass,
It's pretty cool when you contrast this against how excited we were that we hit the 1,000 when we were first doing this years ago.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, I think that was a hit. We got it. To like, you just tapped the first shot here as if it were like, yeah, sick. Like,
experience.
It's really interesting to see how that development happens.
Yeah, experience absolutely matters.
Impact. Nice, dude.
And
very good.
There we have it. But that being said, I mean, honestly, also the other thing too, I've shot this enough. I don't know if you could tell how much smoother it was this time around.
Yeah, no, I'm all on the glass. I'm not. Yeah.
The action is super smooth now because I've shot this so much more. It is actually one of... I keep on saying these things like which one is my favorite sniper to shoot. They all have different reasons why I like shooting them. This one particularly, it's just... I don't know, the action is just... It's a sweetheart of an action.
Nice.
It's a broken in Mauser action. It's so nice. Shooting wise, it certainly isn't as nice as like Swede. The M41 is just easygoing. In wind conditions like this, you certainly would do better with a 6.5 by 55.
Impact, center.
Center right.
I mean, right by right by an inch or two.
But you could also still tell, you know, like, especially with these 200 grain boat tails, no slouch riding wind, although you do have to adjust for it. That said, since we have company, since it is not the warmest day out here, do you have anything to add, Josh?
Chat in the debrief.
We'll see you guys in the debrief, yeah?
Hallo. This is a rolling object. Such an easy solution for weight bearing and the transfer of momentum. This concept is elegantly incorporated in some of these finest small arms in the world. Natürlich aus Deutschland. Now I hope you are enjoying the show so far. Shows like this, of course, they're brought to you by slateblackindustries. But more importantly, we have the support of the patrons of Patreon and Utreon. That's right. This magnificent group of men and women, they support us financially, intellectually, but most importantly, emotionally. So today I'd like to invite you. Come, join us, become one of us. Zusammen, we will conquer the Welt in small arms development. But if you cannot, we completely understand. We will be just as happy to see you put a comment in the comment section below. But I must say, for now, let's get on with it.
Oh, and he has the rifle in his lap. Classic Henry. Classic.
That's my precious.
Ladies and gents, welcome into the debrief. It's the 98K. Again. Now this is one, Henry, we've shot this one a few times on the show, right?
Yes, but does anyone ever want me to stop shooting the 98K sniper?
Isn't this the rifle that kissed your eye at one point?
Yes, but this is actually a different optic. In fact, I have made some changes to this rifle in order for it to resemble much more closely to what a late war 44-45 Kriegsmodell 98K sniper would look like. And I'm sure you would be interested to understand the intricacies of such changes.
I mean, many of the audience certainly would. One of the questions I have sort of straight away on this, though, is this going to be something where you had developments which took place from like the late 30s into this 1944 sort of plus minus era?
Yes.
Where it got better? Or was it one of these instances where as supplies became more sparse in the war, you saw a degradation of quality over that period of time? Which direction sort of is it here?
It's actually got better. for this particular case. So the German sniper program is a freaking mess to begin with, as any German logistics and weapon development program back then was. I mean, look at the Tiger tank. Look at any of the tank designs that they had. Logistics was not in their mind to think about when they developed any of these things. I'm sure some of the things had logistical things in mind. But this, I just know that this is
just a massive affront to your logistics-centric view of everything.
That wins and loses wars, but I would say that the development of the sniper, I mean, there were certain things that the Germans absolutely were trying to improve upon when it came to the development of the rifles. Now, one of the big things that everyone was trying to chase, and the Soviets were the first to get there, was a semi-auto sniper. Of course, that's with the SVT-40. Haha!
Dude, you got an SVT-40?
It's on loan, but yes.
The things that Henry randomly surprises me with.
But the SVT... I'm excited to shoot that on the course.
That's sick. Let's go.
So the Soviets were the first ones, of course, to get there. And then the Germans, of course, made the G43 their semi-auto. They put a scope on it. But it was never amazing. It was also never something that they could scale very easily. And even the Soviets had issues with the SVT-40 because it wasn't shooting particularly tight, especially when it heated up. So a lot of these belligerents in World War II were still falling back on using bolt-action sniper rifles because semi-auto was complicated enough. Adding scopes and a different aiming system on there, and heaven forbid if you add a freaking suppressor on there, which the 98K and the Mauser did have developments for, and the Soviets were also the first ones to do that. Oh my gosh! the degrees of tolerance stacking that you would run into. However, the first 98K sniper project that I did, this was the earlier days of 9-hole reviews. I wouldn't say that I was like just slinging parts together, but I certainly, now looking back at it, wish I had thought things through a little bit more, because I had used an early short side rail mount. Actually, you could see that mount on. Here we go. So that used a short side rail mount like this on my M41 sniper, the Swede sniper. And Josh is judging me that I have these things just readily available right here. I didn't plan for it, but I do.
The way I describe your office to people who aren't familiar is just that basically it's a museum.
So the thing is that the Germans started drilling and tapping the turret mounts on top, and that became a huge basis of it in parallel to the short side rails. But if we were running the railed optic mounts, one of the characteristics to the sniper rifles back in the day is that they had to be QD. They had to be detachable and stowable in your carrying case. And that was just a characteristic and doctrine or requirement to them. And so the Germans, and I think Sauer, yes, the same SSG 3000 Sauer, the same Sauer that is JP Sauer nowadays. Sauer was the main one developing the LSR, the long side rail, and the receivers that the Sauer and the Gustloff snipers had were actually thicker on one side. So the long side rail snipers are actually extremely difficult. You can't fake it unless you add material to the side of your 98K and restamp all the stampings on it. But that was a characteristic of one of the late war 98K snipers, is one of the variants would have been the long side rail snipers. Now, the optic choices for those, typically you would have seen like the Kales. I think those are the CAD marked optics. You had the Ajax, which, again, same thing here, the Ajax. That's the Sweet Sniper. You remember the really nice glass that we looked in? And then also there was a center turret. There's a center turret DOW. That was a very unique. It had the BCD option was right here in the center, and the center adjustable DOW optic was actually the most classic and most unique optic that was used on the long side rail rifles. However, there was also a Zeiss like this Zeiss, but not the Ziel 4, which is the 4X. Typically, you would have seen the Ziel 6, the 6X Zeisses on these rifles. But I would also say, once things went into the field, all bets were off. And a rifle, a weapon program that had a million different optics, had a million different mounts, had a million different configurations, who's to say? So, long story short, this is clearly not an original LSR sniper, but I knew the big thing is this is a late war rifle to begin with. I wanted to at least pair it with a mounting solution and an optic that made a little bit more sense than it did before. And on top of that, I've gotten better at shooting these things. Josh has gotten a lot better at spotting. And I wanted to take it back into the field and see how it did, because I don't think I was doing it justice before, even though we did clear 1 kilometer before, which was pretty wicked.
I think that was an impact.
I still can't. At the time, I couldn't believe you did that.
Yeah.
And now we shoot at 1,000, and it was like a first round hit, and we're like, yeah, okay, yeah, nice, done.
But Josh, 29-mile-hour gust this time.
Impact. Nice, dude.
And
very good.
There we have it.
It was viciously windy.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things about every time we shoot 8mm, it's always like the thing hits with such authority. It flies so well. Mm-hmm. It's for the time range of which it was created, right, or used in, right. It's what a performer, right?
Yeah, and the Germans even had specific sniper-developed boat tail projectiles and special loaded cartridges for their snipers back then too. Now, again, logistically, whether that made it to the snipers, I don't know, but they had it developed.
What were you shooting with this? Was it a boat tail round? It had to have been, right?
So the sniper cartridge back then was a 198 grain Schweres Spitzgeschoss. Whereas today I'm shooting a similar velocity load, but loaded with 200 grain Nosler boat tail hollow points, which is also a nice match projectile. Now, I will absolutely say these are probably a lot nicer than the World War II, late war especially, production items. As you alluded to before, logistics was not necessarily doing the Germans any favors by that point.
Yep.
Oh,
so
and
overall here,
I will say, you know, I do want to throw his name out there again, Mike. I have him doing all these weird projects, and he did help me once again to fit the LSR mount on there. Now, the reason I say that is this is clearly not a true LSR, like a late war LSR sniper. But AccuMounts made these mounts that mounted onto the classic, the normal 98Ks. But you do have to drill and tap them. So I did get one of those and had the old hardware removed and had Mike custom fit this optic back on. And
this is 19 Charlie?
19 Charlie Mike, yeah. So, I mean... Yeah. That was a bit, because it's easier to fit a new rifle to an optic rather than fitting a scope optic to an already fitted rifle. So
got it.
Yeah, so all of that.
I mean, look, how do you feel about the performance of this now. I mean, I was pretty... as much as it's the excitement shooting some of these has gone away as it's become more routine and regular for us to do this.
Right.
Over the years, some of that, you get the initial excitement the first time you're impacting with this old rifle at a distance. But as far as I'm concerned, like, we walked this thing right out there, slamming stuff all the way out. Like, this was crazy accurate, crazy responsive.
I mean, I don't know if I could shoot a PRS match and win with this thing. Most likely not, but I could participate in a match probably, and probably lose in some of the reloading times. But you're looking back at this, right? The glass, the Zeiss, even though it's World War II glass, it's not bad for its era. You look through it, and it's pretty decent. Compared to the Optico Techna glass that we had before, this is much nicer. The cartridge, 8mm Mauser, it has that particular projectile I'm using actually has a higher BC than 175 SMKs. So even in the 29-mile-an-hour gusts, even without a ballistic grid, even without dialable optics, I was still able to get some type of predictability to push the cartridge out.
Okay, hold on a second. So you weren't dialing this at all?
I was dialing the top, but
okay, with windage dialable, you mean?
No, no windage dialable. I couldn't set a baseline windage to push it out.
Got it. Okay, so just really quick, let's circle back to the elevation piece of this, because I remember when you and I, this was off, like, sort of just on admin time previous to this. Mm-hmm. What did we do? We walked this out and we trued it at the different distances, and then you were able to mark your turret accordingly? Is that right?
Yeah, I just put little small, like I marked the turrets a little bit, and I used the color coding for it to go out.
Cool.
So red for every 500, and then the white dots in the middle, those correspond to the 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is red, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is red.
Got it.
So
very cool.
I mean, did soldiers do that back in the day? Not this neatly. You would certainly see a civilian glass that had been adopted with like knife marks. I mean, clearly that's, what that soldier's trying to do. He's trying to set like a combat zero type of thing on there.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing with this. This was a repurposed civilian era correct Ziel 4.
Very cool.
The one thing.
Wait, Ziel 4 or Ziel 6?
This is Ziel 4. Ziel 6 would have been the correct one, but you get less 6Xs from back in that era.
Got it. Understood.
The one thing that I think, if we were to look back at the previous time we shot this versus this time, one, recoil control was much better, I would say. I didn't get scoped in the eye. And I didn't have to wear the giant coat and still get scoped in the eye. But the rifle itself had already been... I'd shot it enough that you can see the action, and you could truly see how lovely it is to run a well-maintained Mauser action. Even using the 8mm Mauser cartridge. It is just butter smooth on all of the cycling this time. And
is that just because it's worn in over time?
Yeah, it's at this point it's broken in, so it's working as it should be. It's just one of those things. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, yeah, you could sit around and cycle the bolt all the time, but if you end up enjoying the rifle and you shoot it a little more, then the rifle will break in on itself. And so,
how many rounds do you think you have through it?
I mean, it would be sub 2,000.
Okay.
I doubt I've shot more than 2,000 rounds of 8mm Mauser through this. But
okay.
It would not be unplausible that I shot more than 1,000. So it would be plausible that I've shot more than 1,000 through it. So it's still in a good place. Hold on. My audio just stopped. Well, I mean, we're on organic audio. I can
put my iPhone on and see if that helps with recording anything.
That's all right. Here we go. Ready? All right. Well, look, I mean, obviously, you've become very sort of connected with the rifle. Like I can see you it's working for you. Let's put it that way. It's working for you. And it's a cool one, Henry. This is one that, like, you know, I'm not much for that older wooden stuff, but this one is pretty amazing. And I do think it was cool that you brought it back out, especially sort of reconfigured and redone up, especially because it allowed us to also demonstrate the change in proficiency and how we were able to slap this thing. So that said, if you guys enjoyed the episode, you could have enjoyed it prior to this over on Pepperbox. Don't forget to go check us out over there, especially because YouTube has recently pulled down several of our videos because, of course, Henry was naughty. Henry was naughty. Never me. Always Henry. Henry was naughty boy. So, you know, go check us out on Pepperbox, or, of course, the Patreon and the private Discord. And until next time, guys, we'll see you on the range.
This is 096, 4 Vic, 8 packs, Redcon 1, green to green. How copy, over?
096, this is 716, roger, over. 16, 091, 1 pack, green, over. This is 716, roger, over. 16, 2, 1 Victor, 2 packs, Redcon 1, over.